Hello again and welcome to this video. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Adina.
We are Emma and we have a weekly chat about corporation jobs every Wednesday 6:30 p.m. UK time under the umbrella Date Your Job, where we take our jobs on a date and we look at them with fresh eyes in a new perspective in order to rekindle the relationship. And one of the questions we want to respond to today is, how do I avoid burnout when the most difficult obstacle is people? That's a very good question. Thank you. And we'll attempt to reply. In my experience, people will be people. So, how do I tackle this challenge? By looking at me. I cannot change other people. There is nothing I can do, and there is something called free will that actually prevents me from going there. So the only thing I can change is me. So one step I would suggest is have a good, long, hard look at you, because usually you attract the people that trigger you in order for you to solve something, to change something inside of you. If you do it the opposite, so first work on you, you'll see you'll attract a different kind of people. It happened to me. It was very interesting that when I started working on myself and actually paying attention to what was happening inside me and seeing, well, I mean, I'm uncomfortable here. I feel rage there. Um, there was a cleanup around me, so people kind of left. And then new people came, and with those new people, I had different relationships, more nurturing, more fulfilling. And I've met some of my older friends, and the first thing they said was, "You changed your speech pattern. You are much more relaxed." So become your own observer, I would say. How do you do that? By looking at your thoughts, at your sensations, so your body, and at your feelings, and then deciding which way do you want to go with all of them. Because in my experience, first thing I noticed was there are some parts of me I really don't like. And some parts of me are really dark. So there are a lot of things happening there. What is happening there? Why? Where is it coming from? I started asking myself these questions and I started slowly unraveling them. And it changed my life. And it definitely changed the people around me without me doing anything about it, by the way. Um, I changed the way I behaved. I changed my interests. I changed how I look at the world, because even changing jobs, a lot of people said the same thing when answering to our questions, is that uh, I would avoid burnout by changing workplace, and that's a valid strategy for the moment. What happens is that when you change jobs, you take yourself in the other job, and what happening inside, what things that pissed you off for this job will still do the same in the other. If you are nervous and there are some words that you have triggers with, you will take all that with you in the next job. And people will be people everywhere. There will be at least someone who uses that word and will trigger you. So that works for the timing. So in job A, from job B, yes, for a time, for a short time, you will feel better, but then the situation will keep repeating, not at the same time, not at the same pace, not the same people, maybe not in the same circumstances, but something similar will happen. And I've seen countless examples of people who did that, and they said, eh, the the chorus was, these things always happens to me. How come I met this kind of manager, this kind of colleague? Well, it's not about them. We cannot change them. We have nothing to do with them. It's about you and what you carry inside. And this what the dark parts of you, the unresolved part, the confused parts, are asking to be seen, to be heard, to be mirrored. And then those people show up and they do exactly that. And guess what? You will always attract the same type of people. So that's food for thought for me. I changed this by taking a good, long, hard look at myself and starting doing small things to make me more comfortable within myself. And those triggers have slowly, slowly been taken away because I looked, I don't need a mirror to go there anymore. Hope this helps. Adina, what do you think?
I agree with you. I think changing the job to avoid burnout, it's something I've done. And I've changed 3, I think. I was getting to a point where it became too much overwhelm and stress and all that. And I was thinking it's the manager's fault, it's the company's fault, it's the organization's fault. So I said, let's try somewhere else. Let's try somewhere else. There is also a common theme in organizations now, especially in the big ones, that the stress is quite high, the competition, the need to be always the first on the market, whatever the market you're working for, and to be competitive. But it was me all over in the same story, just different name of the company. And at one point you realize, and I was finally in a company that I really loved, and I stayed there for a long time. What means long time for me? Around 8 years. I love the company. I loved the opportunities I had. I could move wherever, lateral, up, down, and I've done that. And it wasn't about the company. It wasn't about the people. And I went through burnout. And then again, I said, oh, I was through burnout, so maybe I shouldn't come back here. No, it was exactly the opposite. Yes, for a while, I didn't want to talk with the people from the company, and I needed to separate myself to go through this non-functional burnout where I was out of work for 3 months, and then I had to come back, and the company offered me the support to find myself, not other support, but at least this, and to talk a little about. But it wasn't the company, it was me. And as Andrea said, you're bringing these people up or you're attracting. I think it's more how I see it. It's what do you need to solve inside that you keep avoiding and you run away? What pieces of you needs to be looked at? They still come it's the same in any circumstance. If you repeat the circumstance, right? If let's say you don't like I don't know, lemon ice cream, for example. It doesn't matter what other flavor it's made, you know, mingle with or put together with other flavors, or what company is producing the lemon ice cream, you still don't like it. You can avoid it, but you know, it's a part of you that you can put aside and not look. And at one point, maybe you need to do something. There is also the other option where you find a job where you don't have pressure, you do that, and then guess what? You get bored. I've done also that. Didn't work because my soul needed challenges. My creativity, my intuition, the part of me that wants to know more and it's eager to be in the flow and to be happy and to feel fulfilled, it was there. So for me, it didn't work. Maybe for some people it works. But whatever you have to solve, I'm not saying everybody needs to go through a burnout. I would strongly advise not to. But you need to look, what is your body telling you? Why are you getting triggered? Do you think you're on the edge of a burnout? What's happening there? What parts of you don't want to look at or validate? And that's what we're doing in this course. We're building with Andrea and with all the answers and questions we're getting from everybody. We're building a system in order for people to find a way or to find tools and to find options to not get into burnout. and to not change the job. I don't think the solution is to change the job. I think in extreme situations, yes, there is no option. Abusive managers or things that just don't align with your morals, your values, your non-negotiable, of course. But most of the cases, you're taking yourself and you move it to other company. And having difficulties to succeed, because sometimes people don't want, it's tricky. I think it's very tricky. I don't believe in politics. I know they are happening. I believe in being competent, knowing what you're worth, your value, asking to get what you deserved. And if there is not the position that you want, you create your own, you explain, and you voice what you want. But first of all, how clear are you on what you want? I think that's one of the most important things. Do you know what you actually want in that job? Or do you just want more some money, but it doesn't matter what you do? Because if it's only that, if that's the only motivator, that's another problem. How do you sell yourself that you're going to achieve whatever target? The company at the end wants people to achieve different targets and to perform different duties. So how are you ensuring that you're delivering the value that the company wants from you? And then what is the value you get back? So, and people usually like people. You want to work with somebody, it's the same with all of us. We want to work with somebody we like. And it's normal, it's human behavior. It's also good to be competent, but if there is a choice between somebody having the same competency level, you will choose the one you like more to talk. It's human behavior, it's normal. It's not something that hindered me in any way. I always, maybe because I was competent more than likable at certain points, I think now I'm both. That's what I like to think about myself. But I make sure professionally I'm at the level that they are required. And if I'm not, I'm asking what do I need to learn to get there? I'm curious. Also, what I learned in the organization I've been, it's to ask to shadow or to be mentor or to stay with the person you admire. And I was so surprised because I was thinking these people are very busy and whatever, they don't have time. They are everybody. It's so touched to be approached and to say, look, could you help me in my career? I have this. People don't talk with you so open. They don't approach you. So when somebody goes with the courage to say, this is what I want, can you help me? I don't know how you did it, but I'm curious to learn. Maybe you can tell me. Maybe you can tell me where, maybe you can shadow me in some meetings where I have to do presentation or I have to interact with other people. Maybe there is something to learn, or maybe I can go to you. I have people like that. I said, I want to stay next to you in the next period, 1 year or two, to learn everything you know, system-wise, and also how you approach things and how you approach people and projects. And I learned everything, and the person was very happy to teach me. You know, we both learn from each other in the end. That's the feedback I received, which I see it was very touchy for me because I went there to learn and then the other person learned, because you always exchange. And you'll be surprised what's happening when you keep an open mind that this can happen. And if it's somebody that you admire, and I hope it is, I hope for everybody that it is somebody, approach that person. You'll be surprised what they ask, what they reply. They will be happy. There are still managers that after years I still remember for one simple things I learned. Like if you go into a new company as an HRBP, don't change anything for the first 100 days. And I said, what do you mean? I said, they will ask you to change because they will ask you, they hire you for that, but don't change anything. And you will see why. And I managed to stay on my corner and not to change. And now I know what, because I had to learn so many things of how the things were done, what was working, what not working, before I implement the changes that they were requiring. And I said, you need to be patient because whatever I'm going to do and I'm going to sort out, it will have an impact for a long time, and I want to do it properly. It's important for me to respect the work of the people who are here and to do it properly. So, and that one person who told me when was my last day, and that's what they advised, and I still remember to today, and I still admire. And there are a lot of things I learned. So I'm sure there are people you can learn from. People like to share knowledge. You'll be surprised when you ask them; they actually like it, even if you think they don't. So open mind, try that. Don't avoid burnout in the sense of to avoid looking at things that happen in your body, in your mind, as Andrea was saying. What you feel, what's happening. Look at you, be objective with you, practice some self-compassion. And if you have any dilemma, what steps to take, please contact us. We're very happy to talk about this. And we hope these answers help you. Please subscribe to our channel to see more tools and tricks and tips, and join our weekly Q&A.
We love to hear from you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.